Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorovic. Um, let's get it. Let's start with Dusko Todorovic's. Let's start with his what do you call it? Record. So Dusko Todorovic beat some guy named Townsend. Dequan Townsend. Wow, I don't know who that is. And then lost to Punahele Soriano. Um, Lost to Gregory Rodriguez via decision. Wow. He was able to survive against Gregory Rodriguez to a decision. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit impressed by that because I feel like he's susceptible to actually being knocked out. So the fact that he was able to survive that long against Gregory Rodriguez was quite impressive. Um, he then lost to, or rather, he beat. Let me check. Maki Pitolo. He beat Maki Pitolo. Not sure how impressive that is. Lost to Kennedy Zechugu. No, no, not Kennedy Zechugu. What do you call him? Let me check his actual name. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Chidin Jokwani. Yes, he lost to Chidin Jokwani via TKO in the first round. I mean, not too terrible. He then beat what's his name? Jordan Wright. I don't know how impressive. Like Jordan Wright was on a losing streak, which is terrible. Lost to what Duncan. Let me Christian Leroy Duncan is. I mean that's not a bad loss, to be honest. It's not a bad loss. Christian Leroy Duncan is doing really well. And then lost to Abdul Malik. So to be honest, I feel like Dusko Tudorovic is that guy that might surprise a lot of people, because when you look at the people that he's been losing to, they're not too terrible. Like he lost to Abdul Malik, he lost to Christian Leroy Duncan, he beat Jordan Wright. Obviously, maybe that's not an impressive win. He lost to um, Chidin Jokwani. He beat Maki Pitolo, lost to Gregory Rodriguez, lost to Punahele Soriano. I mean, even though Soriano shouldn't be in that list, to be honest, those are not terrible people to lose to be honest, in my opinion, especially outside the rankings, right? We're talking about outside the ranking. I mean, and technically, Gregory Rodriguez is actually ranked right now. So that wasn't a bad loss, to be honest. Um, Charavagio said hi. Hi, man. Welcome to the stream. So, to be honest, losing to Punahele Soriano, Gregory Rodriguez, Chirin Jogwani, Christian Leroy Duncan, and Abdul Malik, I don't think that's too bad, man. I don't think that's too bad. I'm not picking him. I'm just making the point to say, hold it. This is one of those fights that might leave everyone thinking, damn, did did that just happen? Because I feel like we are calling this guy a can off of the fact that he's been losing. But when you look at the people that he's been losing to, outside the rankings, those are people who are pretty decent. Leroy Duncan is not bad. Abdul Malik is not bad. Chidin Jogwan is not bad. Um, Gregory Rodriguez is even ranked in the middleweight division right now. He just recently fought um, Jared Cannonier. So those are not terrible people to lose to. Let's go to Zachary Reese. Zachary Reese is so disappointing, man. I had so much faith in Zachary Reese, and he has. I mean, losing to Cody Brandage was the first sign that I. Anyway, he lost to Cody Brandage. Um, I'm getting a call. So he lost to Cody Brandage. Via TK. Obviously, it was a head slam, so that doesn't really count. But still, if you lack the IQ to survive, if you lack the IQ to survive against Cody Brandage, I mean, That was very disappointing. And then he beat Marquez, I think it's Julian Marquez. He beat Jose Medina via decision. Daniel, is it Daniel Medina? Am I tripping? Yeah, Jose Daniel Medina. Yeah, I actually thought I was tripping. I mean this deserves a little bit of respect, not a lot of it, a little bit of respect for the mere fact that Jose Medina is a very difficult person to actually put away. So for the mere fact that he was able to actually last to a decision with him and actually get that decision, I mean, deserves a little bit of credit. He lost to Bekoyev. I mean, we just recently found out that Bekoyev is the truth. Azamat Bekoyev. I mean, Bekoyev just went through Ryan Loder. I thought it would be a lot closer than it was, so I'm not going to be too harsh on him for that particular loss because in hindsight, Bekoyev is probably going to be ranked at some point based on his performance. Shoot, that's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't actually think he would perform the way he's performing. So to losing to Bekoyev is not too bad, but losing to Brandage was a little bit sad. You know, um, as far as reach, yeah, Zachary Reese is gonna have a massive reach advantage, man. He's gonna have a 3-inch reach advantage over Dusko Todorovic. Zachary Reese is a prolific. Actually, both of them are finishers. This is what I've been saying, man, about Dusko Todorovic. He's one of those guys that you overlook, like the guy who I forgot his name, the guy who just recently beat Guram Gutateladze. There was a part of me that wanted to pick that guy, but I was like, nah, man, nah. I was swayed by popular opinion, right? Popular opinion is crazy. Even my subscribers were trashing me. Like I have some of the most brutal subscribers. They were trashing me, and they were saying, and then I weighed, I gave into that actually pressure. So I feel like Dusko Todorovic is one of those guys, who are sneaky, not good, but decent enough to actually get upsets. And I feel like a lot of people are overlooking him because he's been losing. But once again, as I've been saying from the beginning, when you look at the people he's lost to, Gregory Rodriguez, Chirin Jokwani, Punahele Soriano, what do you call him? Most recently, I forgot most recently, but he's been losing to pretty decent fighters. So, and Dusko Todorovic has a 92% finishing rate. That's impressive. Zachary Reese has a 87% finishing rate. I had Fernandez to beat Guram. Wow, that's actually impressive. Renier there is lot. That's actually impressive. I wanted to pick Fernandez, but I was swayed by public pressure. Public pressure is terrible, man. So Renier there is lot. The subscribers cooked you for picking Guram for some reason. Hey, lately they've been merciless. I've seen even Shashot McGee does not hold back anymore. Like he cooks me sometimes. But yeah, Dusko Todorovic has a 92% finishing rate, and Zachary Reese has a 87% finishing rate. So more or less, both of them have good finishing ability. So yeah, I don't feel like Dusko Todorovic should be overlooked as much as he's been overlooked. Rene de Lord, public pressure stopped me from picking a few good underdogs. Yeah, public, and it's hard not to be influenced by it, especially if you are always online, and that's where you do most of your research. So it's going to sway you, especially if you see someone being a massive favorite, and you're like, shit, should I, should I pick this guy or pick against this guy? But hopefully, as time progresses, I'll get better. As far as volume, I mean, Dusko Todorovic has like decent pressure, decent volume. But the underdogs I pick and don't listen to public pressure after just end up losing. I'm also trying to avoid that. Dusko Todorovic has good output. As far as volume, I think Dusko Todorovic is going to have a bit of an advantage. Not a massive one, but a little bit of an advantage. Technical striking abilities, I don't know. I think they're on the same level. Maybe Zachary Reese might be a little bit more technically gifted, or technically better. Gifted is a strong word. He's a little bit technically better. Defensively, Zachary Reese is a little bit better. But on the feet, I think this fight might be closer than people anticipated to be, which worries me because Dusko Todorovic has a 92% finishing rate. He has decent output, and even striking wise, it's not too horrible. Zachary Reese is going to do not redeem goodwill. Do not redeem. What are you saying? Wow. So I think Zachary Reese is going to have the defense advantage in this particular fight. So Zachary Reese's advantages are going to be defense and reach, right? So I think it's going to give him the advantage as far as the striking goes because the volume itself is not like the difference in volume is not that much. So I'd go with bro, not even India. That's crazy. I mean, it looks like he's been waiting to say that for a while. He just decided, oh, he's closer. He's a little bit brown, so I guess it works on him. So on the feed, I don't know, man. I think it might be closer than people anticipated it to be. I would give a small advantage to Zachary Reese. Both of them have horrible takedown defense, but it feels like I'm going to go with Zachary Reese as far as the goes because I am John from Microsoft Tech Support. Okay. Um, I'm going to give the advantage to, as far as grappling goes, I'm going to give the advantage to Zachary Reese purely because of the fact that he is a little bit more dangerous on the ground. As far as submissions go, I feel like he's more likely to get a submission than Dusko Todorovic. Todorovic has horrible takedown defense, and I feel like I'm going to go with the guy who is at least a little bit better offensively, which is Zachary Reese. And Zachary Reese shoots a lot more takedowns, so I wouldn't be surprised if Zachary Reese finds a way to actually win this fight via submission. So I'm going with Zachary Reese. I think on the feet it's going to be close, but I would give a slight advantage to Zachary Reese um, because of the reach advantage, which is going to allow him to maybe fight from a distance and still be able to learn to land decently, as well as like the fact that the volume, the difference in volume is not too much. Um, Technical striking, I feel like both of them more or less are on the same level in my opinion. Um, so yeah, on the feet it's going to be close. On the ground, I'm going to give Zachary Reese the advantage. Even though I feel like Zachary Reese is horrible, both of them have a horrible takedown defense, terrible takedown defense. So because of that, I'm a little bit worried. But because Zachary Reese is better offensively as far as offensive grappling, I'm going to go with Zachary Reese. My subscribers are also going with Zachary Reese. Let me respond to you before I go to the last fight for today. Um, Rene the Rizlord, that one Indian subscriber watching caught a stray for, for no reason. It's wild. If you don't have a thick skin on YouTube, actually social media in general, like it's gonna be a long stay for you if you plan on staying even. Rene the Rose Lord. Hello, I'm Ranjit Singh from Microsoft. Guys, I'm not Rene. It's not watch alongs, guys. Do not do this. Don't do this here. Don't bring your watch along tendencies to the breakdowns, guys. Don't do that. Goodwill. I'm just kidding. I know you are not Indian. Yeah. Rene the Rose Lord. Cow dung for brave. Rene the Rose Lord. Reese by sub. Yeah, that's highly likely. But Reese has shown signs of low fight IQ. So who knows? He might just decide to strike and get knocked out for some reason. Zachary Reese lost to Cody Brandage, right? So I don't know. Like Zachary Reese has made some questionable decisions. I honestly don't agree with some of the decisions he's made. So in logically, I think Zachary Reese should win via submission. Dusko Todorovic might have a bit of offensive grappling, but I don't feel like it's gonna be too good or rather good enough to actually do anything against Reese. So I guess let's see how it plays out. Goodwill, a cow piece for refreshment. what? What are you guys saying? Renew the Lord, the sir, the cow. Zachary. Goodwill, why are you making fun of our cultures? Wow, wow. Goodwill, are you sure Shot McGee disguised as Goodwill? Guys, I'm going to break down the last fight for today, which is Caitlin Vieira versus Macy Chiasson. So, if you want to continue joining me, let's go to the next stream. If you're new to the channel, go through the entire channel. Video, community, shorts, but lives, every single every single aspect of the channel is very active. So just go through it, and if you like it, subscribe. Join me for watch alongs and predictions like this every single day. So for now, let's go to the next stream. Caitlin Vieira versus Macy Sashan. Let me respond to you guys so I can bounce. Rene the Resla, the mighty Indian number one superpower. Best culture, sir. Do not install it. Guys, you guys are making me read terrible things. I'm going to the next stream, guys. Join me there. Deuces.